Hi everyone, so today we are going to collect zinnia seed. Now the key to collecting seed is you want to collect the seed before it gets hit by frost. So we're going to go around and collect all the different types of seed I have for zinnias here. And I'm just going to show you them, and then I'm going to give you a really close-up look at them all that I have, because I have a bunch of different varieties here in this garden. And some of them are very, very beautiful. And I'm just loving the shade, so I want to keep these. These are all open pollinated seed that I bought. I did not buy any hybrids, although I kind of regret not buying any hybrids seeds. So next year I may buy some. But as you can see, we have some gorgeous colors, and I might just mix both hybrids and non-hybrids next year. But I want to collect all these seeds for all these flowers so that I can share them with family and friends and grow more of them next year. So let's get started. How can you tell fall is here? You can hear all the blackbirds gathering, and boy, are they noisy. And they're just all around the neighborhood. You can see them flying all over and just cackling to their heart's content. They were really loud until I scared a few of them off when I walked out here. But they're in these trees, and they're sometimes in mine, and they're just cackling. So it's definitely that time of year. Once you see the birds gathering, you know the frost isn't far away, and you can see them all flying around here. If you hear a bunch of cackling on this video, it's the blackbirds, not me. I'm not practicing for Halloween yet. So anyhow, let's get at it. So what we're going to do is we'll take this one, this zinnia here, this is Magdalene Cherry, and we are going to cut the florets off, or the flower heads off, because that's where all the seed is. I am going to collect the flowers in this tray so you can see exactly what the color looks like, so you get a really good view. And then I'm going to store them in this brown paper bag, and I will leave it outside my deck for a couple of days for all the bugs to crawl out and for them to start drying. Then I put it in the basement on the shelf, and in the spring I will sort the seed out of the flowers and clean them up and prepare them for spring planting. So right now it's all about the collection. So let's get started. So I'm going to start right here, and then I'll collect all the flowers as I go along and put them in this tray. And it's a very simple process. All you got to do is just cut the flowers off and put them in the tray. Pure and simple. If you're looking for more flowers, you can cut the stalks off too. But that's kind of how I'm doing it. So we'll just cut them back like that. All right, so there are the Magdalene Cherry. You can see them up close, how gorgeous they are. Some of them are just absolutely perfect. Shame to cut them, but some of them are also drying out. So you can see there's still some flowers on them. Those ones have just started to bud. And then if we look here, there's more buds on these flowers too. So by cutting them all off and pruning them back hard to the nearest leaf node, we're going to get more blooms on it. So there's no use pulling the plants out yet. Let's just enjoy what else we can get off of it, and maybe we can collect some more seed. So I'll dump them in my bag, and that is one zinnia color or type done. So I'm just gonna open this bag up here, and you can see I've already wrote the name on it. See if I can show you. You can see the name written on Magdalene Cherry, and I'm just gonna take them and dump them in the bag. And this big tinfoil tray works great because it fits right inside that bag, and then I'll just leave it open and let the bugs crawl out, because you can see there's stuff already flying around in the bag and little bugs coming up the sides. You can see here. So they can all crawl out, and any spiders, and on to the next one. This is Magdalene Salmon. We're gonna take these next. These are a much smaller flower than the Magdalene Cherry, but I think they're extremely beautiful, maybe even more beautiful than the cherry. Beautiful, beautiful shades here of oranges to salmons. I think this is just beautiful. One of my favorites. And then the shades of pink and the iridescence or ultra colors, neons, is just, oh, it's gorgeous. And then they have a shade of almost a peachy tone, which is really pretty. This is one thing I really like about these, is the changes in the color as it goes through the petals. You'll see here, and then how it changes all the way through. And they're each just a little bit different. Look at that. Look at the fire in that. I'm just shaking the ladybugs off. As I go along, you see these flowers are getting so they're spent, so they're perfect for picking. They still need to dry. So you can see all the magnificent color of the salmon. I think these are one of my favorites. You can see them here, all the different shades. These ones are a little more spent, and they all need to dry. But you can just see that they're just a variety of colors. Some of them more yellows and greens. Some of them are softer. And I want to show you a size comparison. So there is the Magdalene cherry, and there is the salmon. So quite a difference. This is Green Envy. This is the one we're going to cut next, and these are gorgeous. I'm going to show you what one looks like up close. I'm just going to cut a head of it that's fairly fresh. So that is what green envy looks like. You can see here, it's really lime green. It's very, very pretty. And in the sun, it just shines. And you can get these seeds in any seed store. They're very plentiful now. Mackenzie's actually making them, and a number of the different seed growers, seed sellers are selling it now in the stores. So easy to find. But we're going to collect seeds anyhow. And look at the size of this one, and look at the shades of green on it. Just gorgeous. And this is what they look like when they're younger. They're more solid in their coloring. And that's all we're going to take off of those. There's not that many there, but we do have a lot of new shoots coming here, a lot of little starters, new buds. Can't talk again. I think the heat's getting to me. It's a beautiful sunny day. So we have lots more to bloom. But even these few heads that I have here, these few flower heads, will give us quite a bit of seed. So we'll see what else we can get off of these. Since we're on a roll, let's finish up this side of the garden for zinnias, and we're going to do the cupcake next. So this is peach cupcake, and these are a really nice variety, and I definitely want to collect them and grow more of them. I just love the different colors, and I love the form of them. You can see here, and I'll just show you, they had this poofy center right here. You can see how it poofs up and stands out. So I really like that in these flowers. So let's go through, and we'll start with cutting the upper half, and then I'll work to the lower ones. And you can see how that poofs out. Look at how that sticks out. I think this has the best colors of all the different shades of a zinnia, from the peaches to the pinks to the limes. It encompasses everything for colors. And this is what they look like when they're young. You start seeing very, very limey green. So that is what the peach cupcakes look like. I think they're really, really pretty. There's some notable mentions here in colors. A lot of greens, shades of pinks, and I like the way they have the stamens right on top. I think those are so pretty. And shades of green. Now this one is a real surprise to me. This is Sahari Sunburst. It is a dwarf variety of a zinnia, and it almost looks like a echinacea or a black-eyed Susan or a Gaillardia. It's got those different traits in it. So we're going to collect these seeds next, and I'm just going to go in and cut them all off and put them in the tray like we did with the other ones. So these are the Zahari's Sunburst. These are the dwarf zinnias. And you can see what I mean about them kind of looking like a bit of a blanket flower versus Gaillardia versus a cornflower. And these ones are quite spent, but they were still looking glorious in the sun. And they have a bit of a red stripe in them. Some of the younger ones you'll see here, there's more red in them. In fact, they look a little bit like a marigold too, but these are actually a zinnia. And I would say these are only going to get about 12 inches high. So they aren't very tall, but they are glorious in the sun. Like they are powerful. And you can hear the train. Sorry about that. They are a powerful little zinnia, hard-working zinnia. And you see them when they get spent, what they look like. They're still nice, you know, for an arrangement or something. If you're doing a dried arrangement or a wreath, just because the shades of the brown are perfect for autumn. But you can see the different colors in them. I don't think there's, darn train. I don't think there's too many that are light colored right now because they've been in the sun a little bit longer. There's one that's a little more fresh. But they're really beautiful. So I'm going to save these two and collect the seed on them as well because they're perfect for a border and the bees just love them. Like the pollinators are digging these. So these are definitely a must-have on your list of zinnias. So this is Uproar Rose. That was a mouthful for me to say. And these are about 4.5, 5 feet tall. They're a beautiful magenta in color. You can see here, and I'm just going to pick one here so you can see how gorgeous it is. Look at that. And these are very stately in the garden. I highly recommend these. And I believe these are from the Bennery family. So we're going to collect these for seeds next. I'm going to start with the lower ones first, and then I'll do the upper ones. It's just easier on the back. And you can see how big these heads get. They're just huge. If you look at it in my hand, these are a real knockout. This is the uproar, all picked. You can see lots of ladybugs crawling on them. But look at the size of this in my hand. And this is a really good example of how big, whoops, they can get. They're just huge. And you can see how thick they are. And that's the thing about zinnias when they age. They get thicker, which is very interesting. Now here's a younger one and full magenta color, and it's really, really pretty. I love it. But you can see all the ladybugs all over the place. They're just going hard all over these. So we'll bag these up, and that one's done. I made a mistake earlier and I called Cinderella Peach Orange Cupcake. This is the real orange cupcake. The other one was Cinderella Peach, and I'll put a comment in the video to identify the difference between the two. But you can see this one is quite a bit different. The orange is very vibrant on these flowers, almost an ultraviolet orange, and they're very pretty. So I'm going to pick these now, pick the flower heads, and save the seed on these because I really, really like the different shades. And I'll show you what they look like up close. This is the very last zinnia I'm going to pick, and this is Berry Tart. I don't have very many of them. This is something that you can find in any seed supply, in any, you know, big box store, Walmart, etc. And it's a very common Bennery zinnia, but it's all shades of reds. So that's why they call it Berry Tart. And I really like this one. It does attract pollinators. If you don't like red in the garden, then you probably don't want this one. But I've actually seen this planted in pots with impatiens, like a red and white scheme with other plants, and it was absolutely stunning. So I highly recommend this one. So this is the last one we're going to collect. So I'm just going to come in and I'm going to cut the flower heads off down at the stem. Maybe we'll get some more of these and I can save the seed, but I think, you know, they're really stunning when you look at them, and you can see the height on the sides. So I'm just going to pick them all. There's only about 4 or 5 flowers here, and there's more buds coming, so maybe we'll luck out, maybe we won't. There we go. All right, and you can see that it's lots of buds on it and that, and it's getting ready to form more. But if they don't, that's okay, because this seed is it's very plentiful in the stores, so not like you can't get more. So these are orange cupcakes up close. And like I said, I made a mistake. The other ones I called orange cupcake were actually Cinderella peach. So just a heads up, this is the true orange cupcake. And you can see here, it's definitely an orange cupcake. I'm just going to grab it by the stem. You can see how the head protrudes out and the beautiful shades of orange. There is, when they age, they turn a little bit of green here, but for the most part, they are a beautiful shade of orange. And various shades of orange for that matter. Like even this one was in the mix and a little more red to it. And you can see kind of how they look when they start aging. And those are all seeds in that head. So that's awesome. So these are very, very beautiful and definitely worth growing again and saving the seeds. So we'll definitely do that. And then here are the berry tart. And these are the few that I got, which wasn't very many. You can see here. So I'm going to line them all up now and show you all the different colors I collected. The best of the best, what's left of the zinnias. I'm going to show you what they look like in a lineup. All right, here is the lineup. You can see what each one is outside of the bag. So the first one, Magdalene Cherry Zinnia. That's what it looks like. This next one is Uproar Rose. Orange Cupcake. Berry Tart. This is Zahara Sunburst. We have Magdalene Salmon, Green Envy, and we have Cinderella Peach. And let's look at them close. Remember, the blooms are spent because it's end of season, so that's why they're the way they are. But you can get an idea how spectacular every single one of these would be during the summer. I think I've lined them up pretty good for you guys to get a good look at them. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get some ideas of what you want to grow based on the color palette that you enjoy in your garden. I love them all. I'll be honest, each one is unique and the colors are absolutely amazing. I find them just stunning. As you can see, I'm gravitating toward the salmons. The lime greens are really pretty, and so are the Cinderella peach. And the way to tell a Cinderella peach from a cupcake is they have that pointy center on them that stands out, whereas the orange cupcake mostly does not. So that is how you tell the difference. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as you can see, I have a lot of zinnias to dry, which is awesome. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a like and a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed and you're watching my videos, please subscribe. And don't forget to leave me some comments. I love talking to you guys. I find it very interesting and it makes my day. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.